Okay, this is part 4 of me cleaning and rebuilding my Yokomo bmax-2 buggy. Okay, so now from the last video I was able to get everything taken apart. So now this part we're going to start cleaning it. So we don't need any tools for this, at least not for this video probably. Okay, so we can start with the rear end that we took apart. The very far end. Okay, so now, well, it's not the far end, it's more of like the middle end. Not the transmission, the middle end. So this, I mean, there's really nothing to clean on it. It's not dirty, so just put that back aside. Okay, so now shock tower. Now, I would recommend getting like just a small bristle brush to do. And just start kind of like brushing it off, getting rid of any dirt. Yeah, just make sure not to pull off any screws by accident, like I keep on doing. Okay, I should probably not be being a bit quiet just because of, well, because viewers probably want to hear me at a good volume and not at like having their volume up by max. And so which means I'm going to be talking a bit louder, probably. I don't know. If this is good, let me know in the comments. Okay, so anyways, yes, so if your parts do have scratches on them like that, it's just gonna happen. You don't have a choice. That's just from it being used. Yeah, just want to get as much dirt as you and stuff out as much as you want, or as much as you can actually, from what I was trying to say, and then just set it aside at the moment. Okay. Alright, and then when you think it's all good and everything, when you don't really see any dirt or anything like that, set it aside and move to the next piece. Now you may have some like plastic sticking out. You can just really take like some clippers and just clip off the excess stuff from it being scraped off whenever you like tumble over or something. It just doesn't, like, it won't scrape you whenever you go to grab something. Well, whenever you go to grab it, really. Just so you don't get hurt. Like, I flipped this thing over quite a few times already. Just run it around because, well, right now I'm running slash tires. Yes, I'm doing that. Because the tires I'm running right now, the tires that I put on it at first in the wheels, well, the tires are just about dead already. So, you know, you can see the inner part of the tire. You can see the crossing of the tire, so probably shouldn't be using those until I get a new set of tires. Because if I break those, if those explode or anything like that, I don't know how I'm going to fix them. Okay, so now right here, with the metal, you can go a bit tougher with it, but then you've also got, like, some of these have grease on them. You're going to want to keep the grease on there. It's just, if you take it off, you can re-grease it. It's not really that big of an issue. I mean, you don't have to. It's just going to allow the suspension to travel a bit better. It's going to make it a bit easier if you do. Try to get these out. Okay, so now there's these little balls here. Okay, these don't have to be taken out to clean, because, well, they're just in here. They're actually kind of stuck in there because of them being pushed together by these two pieces. So, don't have to be clean, but if you want to, that you can. Because if you've got like scrapes on them from running it as well, if you want to repaint them, you can. I'm just not gonna do that because, well, I've got my painting stuff put away. I've got the painting stuff put away right now. So. Just brush them and make sure that there won't be any issues. Now with these, depending on what you do with your buggy, they could be dirty, they could be clean. I mean, mine are clean because of how I run my buggy. I mean, at least most of them are clean. That was awesome. Well, it sort of. It landed, though, so. I mean, well, these don't have to be cleaned. They're just from usage. Now, these don't have to be cleaned. They'll have grease on them. If you want to replace the grease, you can. I just leave them. It's not going to affect me. Okay, so now with the arms, the arm pieces. I'm going to do the shocks first because, well, those are just the largest pieces. Just going to want to brush them really nicely until you don't really see any dirt in the threads. Depending on what shock you use, if you use shocks that just use instead of threads, it uses those little spacers, you don't have to worry about doing this as much. Because the spacers, the only place you really can get dirt in the spacers is where you, in between the spacers, not where. So, the rear shocks don't get that bad, but the front ones, they can get pretty bad. Also, make sure they're not leaking. If they are leaking, you're gonna have to figure out how to fix that. Because not everything can be fixed, because you can't fix it yourself, you're just gonna have to buy a new one. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. I mean, I've got my shocks rebuilt because I had a couple of them leaking. Okay, that seems pretty good. Wait, that doesn't go in there. It goes in here. Okay, that's good. This, I'll just brush. Now you're going to want to get in between some of the other spots as well. And once it looks good, and everything seems to be good, you can just put it back where you had it, and just move on to the next part. I'm probably not going to be talking much in this video because there really isn't much to talk about. These shims, though, you just kind of gotta go in there and just, and they should be good. I'll do that with both of them. Okay, now that side's done. Just repeat the same process with this side. Now this side is a little bit dirtier with the dirt. I don't know why. Probably because this shock is, no, it's not leaking. This is one of the ones that was leaking. It's not leaking anymore. At least not what it feels like. I don't know, it might just be running it in the dirt. Either way, you want to repeat the process as you did with the left side. And make sure that nothing's leaking. Okay, now, yeah, this side's clearly a bit dirtier, and I do not know why. Probably just from me turning that direction a lot more. I don't know. Because it's how I like to run this. I just like to run going a certain direction in my neighborhood. I don't have any tracks nearby where I am, so I just kind of have to just run around my neighborhood. Make sure you get everything. Yeah, also make sure that your arms are centered as well. Because if they're not, it's kind of just going to interfere with everything and not going to want to move as much as you want it to. But it'd be best to do that. Okay. Now that that's done, I can do this. I'm going to work on the chassis a little bit. You gotta make sure you get everywhere on this. The bottom, just do like a quick few sweeps because there's not really gonna be anything getting in there. But on the top, you're gonna have to do some spots, quite a few spots. Okay, now that should be done. I mean, it's probably not the cleanest thing in the world. There are some people who know how to make it cleaner, but that should be pretty good. Alright, well, that's all I have. That's all the time I have for this video. Next video, I'm going to be doing transmission, front end, and then do the electronics. I'll see you next time, and see you later.